The recent controversy between Ethan Klein and Vaush has got many people asking, was Ethan bad faith during his review of Vaush's more questionable moments? Regardless of what you personally believe about Vaush, we can all agree there is no excuse for engaging with material in bad faith. Since Ethan denies all claims of dishonesty, and appears genuinely curious about why people would make this claim against him, I intend to help Ethan out by demonstrating at least one instance of bad faith from him, using a three-step process. First I will give a small lecture, then I will play a Vaush clip, and lastly I will play a clip from Ethan's stream. Don't feel the need to respond, just listen. If, by the end, you still don't think there was bad faith, I will admit defeat. Okay, let's begin. Utilitarianism. Utilitarianism is an ethical framework which determines the morality of an action based on the utility of its outcome. Trust me, I'm going somewhere with this. There are two main types of utilitarianism, act utilitarianism and rule utilitarianism. Act utilitarians believe that an action which results in a positive outcome is good overall, even if it was a bad action. For instance, if I punch you, and the outcome of that event is positive, then it was a good action. How can punching someone have a positive outcome? Well, maybe the demonstration of force brings us closer together as friends. Maybe you're a criminal and I stop you. It doesn't actually matter. I'm constructing the premises of a hypothetical situation, so I can just say it's positive and it will be true in the hypothetical. Maybe me punching you causes you to live forever. You living forever is good. It is the direct result of me punching you, therefore me punching you is good, under those circumstances, according to an act utilitarian. A rule utilitarian believes the opposite. They think that just because an action may have a positive consequence, it does not make the action good. They are against bad actions as a rule, regardless of the utility of the outcome. Now, ask yourself this, was there anything in my explanation that was objectionable? Was I being unreasonable or unfair? Was there anything wrong with the substance of what I was saying? If you said no, you are correct. Now let's move on to Vaush's clip. You will find that he is saying virtually the same thing, in different words.
Okay, look, this is super duper simple, okay? A utilitarianism, act utilitarianism, is about considering the consequences of a specific action, okay? It is possible, please right now uncuck your dumb shit libcuck fucking SJW brains and recognize this empirically correct fact that I am about to spit. It is possible for an adult and a child to have a sexual relationship and for it to have positive outcomes on the child as well. That is possible. However, categorically, we discourage those relationships because as a rule, it is substantially more likely that enabling them would cause harm in society. That's the difference between act and rule utilitarianism. An act utilitarian would say, oh, this is an instance where it was good for the adult and the minor to have sex. That would make it a good action. But the rule utilitarian, which is what I am, would say, even though that individual outcome was good, the act was still bad because in general, in a broader application, for adults and children to have sex with one another leads to horribly destructive outcomes. For that reason, it is an unethical act. So on the off chance it might help someone, we just allow everyone to engage in a generally destructive practice, except that's the literal exact opposite of what I am saying.
Vaush said the same thing. He described it differently and used different examples, but the substance of the discussion was identical, was it not? Both my lecture and Vaush's video are a description of the differences between act and rule utilitarianism. Their meaning is straightforward and not easy to misconstrue. Really ask yourself, based on what you've seen, was Vaush in that clip attempting to argue in favor of relations between minors and adults? Now let's see how Ethan and his crew react to the same clip I just showed you. As you watch, ask yourself this. How do they engage with the video? Do they interrupt the speaker? Do they talk over the clip or make jokes? Do they ever misunderstand what is being said, or make assumptions about the speaker's beliefs not substantiated by the clip? Most importantly, does Ethan enter into the video with any biases?
Here's the next one. Context of this is the one you said, Hila. Is it possible for a child to have sexual relationship and it be positive? Here's his explanation for that one.
Mistake just
Okay,
hearing
look,
that.
this is super duper simple, okay?
No, it's not.
Utilitarianism,
What?
is about considering the consequences of a specific action, okay?
Bro, why did you have to mix Zelda into all this shit, man?
How are we talking about utilitarianism?
He's really coming after Ocarina of Time with this conversation. That means so much to so many of us.
Majora's Mask.
Oh, that's Majora's Mask? My bad. Fuck.
Okay.
I actually started playing that recently.
Oh, I love it.
Me and Teddy were playing it for a bit, but we lost.
Oh, that's cute.
It's kind of scary. It's intense.
Yeah, it's a weird one.
It's
It's all
a
about
It's
death.
hard, too.
Yeah, it's a dark one.
Yeah.
Super hard.
We have an interesting update. Vaush addresses the folder just recently,
Oh.
like 30 minutes ago. After we get through this, I'll send you.
Okay. We'll circle back.
Breaking update.
Breaking update.
Big news.
The ad placement in AB's shot. Oh, don't move it.
Oh,
It looked so
no,
funny.
I hide this on purpose.
All right, go ahead, Vaush.
It is possible. Please right now, uncuck your dumb shit, libcuck, fucking SJW brains,
Okay, I'm doing
and
that.
recognize this empirically correct fact that I am about to spit. It is possible for an adult and a child to have a sexual relationship, and for it to have positive outcomes on the child as well. That is possible.
No.
Yeah, you know what's you know what my
No.
physicist says is possible? I could fall through the ground because
No.
our atoms are lined up in the same wavelength somehow. I mean, who gives a fuck?
No.
Yeah,
I only have one word. No.
You what are you saying, that like teenagers had sex with adults in like ancient Greek and that was fine, or something? Like, what is your point? That in some magical world, like what's the point of this argument?
This one is crazy. My blood is starting to boil.
Why are you saying this?
Blood boiling.
What point are you
Blood
trying to make?
boiling.
All right, go ahead, Vaush.
However, categorically,
No, don't. However, it's not.
discourage those relationships because, as a rule, it is
He's sweating, bro. He knows he fucked up. He knows, dude. His career is flashing before his eyes. He said too much.
substantially more likely that enabling them would cause harm in society.
Raw.
That's the difference between
Vaush raw.
Wait, let me.
What
go.
is he saying?
Yeah, let me go back.
Raw?
Let me hear this. He looks scared.
The raw.
He looks like Chris Hansen about to come in that door.
and for it to have positive outcomes on the child as
Dude, his shirt. Why does he always got to have the wildest shirt? Raw, yeah, raw,
Nasty,
baby.
dude.
Why don't you take a seat right over there?
Yeah, the shirts really don't help his whole arguments so far.
The raw.
The other one with the
Well.
adult only.
that is possible. However, categorically, we discourage those relationships because, as a rule, it is substantially more likely that enabling them would cause harm in society.
Okay, so why?
No.
What is the point of like
No.
sussing this out
No.
exactly?
No. No.
You're saying in no cases is this possible?
I'm saying this is the dumbest shit I've ever heard. It's upsetting.
Yeah, they're
really
I mean,
upsetting.
But there's just no point to
It's
have
really
this
upsetting.
conversation.
Why have this conversation? What is he saying? That maybe there's one case where it didn't traumatize the kid? Show me that one case, first of all. But so what? So maybe there's one, so then we're all hypocrites.
Having watched the video yourself, I believe it is impossible to escape the conclusion that Ethan did not understand what was being said. How could he? After every sentence fragment, he would pause the video and respond to it based on the assumption that it was somehow an argument in favor of relations between minors and adults. Ethan was not impartial during his review, and his confusion surrounding Vaush's argument is a direct result of bad faith engagement with the video. Having watched what is in reality a harmless description of utilitarianism, Ethan came away from it believing that it was advocating something else. Regardless of what you ultimately believe about Vaush or his proclivities, this was bad faith. And it is not the only instance of it.